Nah, I get this question a lot on Q&As and stuff. I'm sure you can see from the title, but cheat meals, why we shouldn't, why we should, when should we not? Like all these constant questions. Some coaches do cheat meals daily. It's all over the place in the industry, so I get questions about cheat meals all the time. I figured I could go through a few things here. I'll probably break down a weekly guide and show it more in a visual format of how to actually go about planning cheat meals. None of us are, well, some of us might be stepping on stage here soon, so you really have to keep an eye on your cheat meals, when, where, wow, and all that. But for the for the majority of us, we really don't have to care about when, where, why. My philosophy is, it kind of depends on, it's going to sound bad, but how fat somebody is, yeah, pretty much how fat they are. If they're 400 pounds and they're eating, I don't know, 6 horrible meals every single day, if you do the math, just Monday through Friday, that's 30 off-plan crazy meals. So to give that person a meal plan and say, here, have 4 cheat meals a week, it's not that bad. You're now eating, 26 clean meals a week versus 30 completely horrible meals. So just to swap that out, I do that with a lot of guys. Even myself, I'll do 2, usually once, twice a week. Not completely derailing and going off the complete deep end. Like some people are like, I'll get my cardio, do my workout in the morning, and then the rest of the day, just who cares? Crack the 12-pack, crack the burgers, everything off. Like, no, a cheat meal is not 4, 5, 6, 7, 12,000 calories. It's, a steak, rice, potato, not a super clean meal, but burger and fries, nothing crazy. Again, it depends where you're at, but yeah, my philosophy is just having a meal off plan, or at least something to look forward to, can help you not only stay on plan, but look forward to the meal prepping and all that stuff. And it's like, nobody really enjoys meal prepping or buying all that shit or anything it takes to get in shape. Nobody really wants to do it. But you got a meal off plan, or you're allowed to go out with your buddies and get hammered, have a couple appetizers every weekend, and still stay on track. Yeah, that's where most people shine. Not only physically, but mentally. On paper, to be honest, I think chicken, broccoli, and rice, maybe beef, but it's like, you really don't need a cheat meal. You could eat those 4 things for the rest of your life. Dogs do that twice a day. Same thing, day in, day out. It's like the only reason we need that cheat is mentally. It is a drug, so I guess it's kind of the analogy we could use is like, all right, you're gonna drink once a week, maybe. Not a bad idea. Let's keep it let's try and keep it to once a week. So I guess the big thing I'll get into is like, where are you at? So if say you're dialed 100%, haven't missed, and you're fine not doing cheat meals at all, and your progress seems steady, things seem okay, I wouldn't necessarily say, yeah, go eat a pizza, go run out but there might be some micronutrients you're missing where you throw that cheat meal in and boom, you then lose more weight. You're like, whoa, how'd that happen? I actually had a buddy text me the other day. No, it wasn't the other day, I'll be honest. It was probably last month. But he texted me and he's like, yeah, I got this new plan I'm working with. He's like, it's a little low in calorie, I know, but here it is. Want to know what you think, yada, yada. I was like, nothing wrong with it. And he said, so I've been running this for a couple months, 2-3 months, I think he said. And He said, I won't lie, Sunday into Monday, I ate like an asshole. I drank. But he's like, I went crazy. He's like, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 pounds, 4 pounds lower. I forget what the exact numbers was, but he was like 4 or 5 pounds lower than what he was that Friday or Saturday coming into those cheat days. And he's like, how is that possible? Am I doing something wrong here? Like, what do you think of this diet? Was kind of the question he was asking. So I was like, well, it is a little low for somebody your size. I mean, he's a 200-pound guy, 5'10", 5'11", something like that. Like the 1900 calories is a little low. It was like, so one, it could be your body like, thank you, a refeed of the metabolism. So you give it all that food and it signals the metabolism to rev back up a little bit. And then he was so depleted, per se, in those 2-3 weeks he was on that diet that he came, those baselines here, let's say he came down here, depletion from his diet, and then his cheat meal brought him up to here, right? So he's still depleted, even though his cheat meal's here. And then let's say maybe he cheated a little bit more. So those are the 2 days of cheating, but his metabolism ramps up. So now he's back under. So then he's still here. But all that water and everything he ate probably went straight to muscle tissue because he's been in a catabolic state for so long. That was what I told him, is his metabolism's probably just a little, not on the crush side, but it's just a little on the down-regulated towards that area. It's a retarded way to say it. But it's just, you push more against the metabolism, it's going to push back, and then if you refeed it, it's almost like thank you. In his case, it sped up to a point where he was even down further on the scale. Could have been water weight, could have been cortisol. Sure, it could also have been, back to my original point, it could have been a micronutrient that he was missing. Maybe his diet's, I don't know, eat burger and fries or a pizza. It's like you're eating a lot of different things in those foods. Sweet potato fries, I don't know, maybe it was vitamin A. It could be a ton of different things. So, I mean, in his case, it was definitely metabolism, but the cheat meal and the dude that's been dialed, I don't have any problem with 1,800 calories. I'm still making progress. Everything's good. Everything's great. I don't feel like I'm not like running to the pizza place, but I would say test the waters. Have a cheat meal if you've been locked in for a while. See what it does. Take before and after pictures. This is kind of where it even gets fun if you're that individual that's actually that dialed and has a lot of data, variables, and stuff to play with, and shit to look over. Then you can make those slight tweaks and see what carbohydrates you respond to the best. Like, all right, I'm gonna do a burger and regular fries, and next week I'm gonna do burger and sweet potato fries. Pictures before and after, weight before and after. See what digests the best, see what went into muscle tissue or what got pulled intracellular the most, or did I retain water? You can play this whole bodybuilder game with yourself. So you can find out, all right, cool, not only do I have a bunch of cheat meal options, these cheat meal options I have can make me look better and accelerate my progress, if that makes sense. I've been meaning to do this, but I gotta have my client Shane. He's down about 40 pounds now, and he's been doing 1 to 2 cheat meals a week. I'm trying to push 2 on him, like, eat these, because he's losing so much weight and he doesn't miss a beat. His cheat meal will be like, I had some sushi, or I went to this really fancy seafood restaurant and had a little this, a little that. I'm like, dude, those are clean. Those are super clean meals. So he's doing pretty much 1 or 2 good cheat meals now. Pizza, burger, and fries. Still making progress, still happy. Pictures are wildly different. So you'll be seeing some of his case studies and his testimonial, but that's pure proof that these cheat meals work and there's no need to, I don't know, pull against society. Society's all about food, graduation, a bunch of food. Fucking reunion, bunch of food, party. It's all, in the US at least, it's all around food. Everything's around food. It's like a celebratory thing as well. So there's no need to like be like, the chicken rice guy, and eat your fucking shit and microwave it at Christmas dinner. Like, no one's wanting you to do that. And it's not gonna make you look like Ronnie Coleman. I mean, I don't look that good, but I look pretty good for my methods in play. My clients get great results, as you can see. So not only does this cheat meal approach work, my methods and my methodology works really well, and it's got a proven track record. So that's not talk, but I mean, it definitely works. And I don't think you should be crazy keto or crazy carnivore for the rest of your life. You're better off having some fun in the world and enjoying yourself and trying different restaurants out than you are just locked in and chicken and rice and broccoli. And I mean, there's times for that, don't get me wrong. And then you want to get really peeled, yeah, you got to pull down, you got to sacrifice some things. You want to prep for a show, yeah, you're going to have to sacrifice some shit. But most of us aren't trying to do that. We can all look pretty good 90-10, and everyone's like the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, 20%, that's like 20%'s a lot. So 90-10, 7 days of the week, you're on for 6.5, perfect. Right? That's, people fall off because they're like, all right, I'm gonna do a month strict. And I've done it, we've all done it in different aspects. So you do 30-40 days straight, and you're like, oh yeah, I keep going, you burn out and you completely fall off. Now you're like 2-3 weeks behind, and then you're like, I guess I'll slowly get back into this. And it's like, but if you had one cheat meal once a week, that's only 4 cheat meals. Not only would you have stayed on, kept going, and had another week, 2, 3, 4 weeks of progress, you would have been much happier. And again, not to keep highlighting my client Shane, but he's down 40 pounds and his appetite's fine. He's not hungry. He's enjoying his meals. It's like, if he's got bouts of hunger, he's got tools in play. But he's lost a ton of weight and hasn't had much of an appetite issue at all. So, yeah, that's again, I'm making another cheat meal guide and more visual presentation. Hopefully I can get it out tomorrow. Just to put all this to paper. It's sometimes easier for me to just talk it all through and then go through these videos and be like, that was dumb, that was good. Then put it all into a chart and make it extremely visual for you guys to see. Break it down into clips and stuff. So, but yeah, that's my philosophy on cheat meals and why I think that they're needed. I'll definitely say they're needed. I don't see much of a case for somebody where they're not needed at all. And a cheat meal, it's a pretty big umbrella. Like I said, you got steak and a bunch of rice. That could be a cheat meal for somebody. That could also be somebody's clean meal. You got McDonald's, that could be a cheat meal for somebody. That could also be somebody's meal on plan. If they come to me eating McDonald's 4 times a day, I'm not just going to be like chicken and rice. Right? So it's like, I do have some guys that are planned in with McDonald's during lunch, as wild as that sounds. But you solve me this riddle, It's like, how do you expect somebody that's been out of shape for 30 years, 40 years, and is eating 6 stupid, dumb, disgusting meals every single day for that long? How do you expect them to just, do you think you're going to be the one to just hand them a brand new workout plan and they're going to follow it in their life? No. You got to help them and guide them through this process and walk them down the steps. And 2-3 years down the road, now they're eating that meal plan that they should be. But there's no way you can stick to it right away. So that's another topic about cheat meals. Again, I'll break this all down. I know it's a little bit of a rant about cheat meals and my approach and why I think they're pretty much needed. There's not much of a case where they're not needed. So take that what you will, but don't use it as an excuse to go run to McDonald's. 5 times 7, it's 35 clean meals a week. So if you're eating 5 meals a day, 35 clean meals. 1 or 2 off plan, you'd be 33, 34 clean meals, 1 meal off plan a week. It doesn't sound too bad when you put it like that. But again, don't go overboard with it. But and I really need a new screen protector. Anyway, I'm like, ooh, flower. But yeah, I hope this helps somebody. And again, I'll make it tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get that out to you guys. But DM me if you need anything. I will answer any DMs. Feel free to check out my full guide down below on how I help guys layer in everything into their lifestyle. If you're watching this far, how I think you should layer in the positive habits and attributes of somebody with your goals into your lifestyle. So yeah, click that link down below. Go watch that video. And if you're watching this morning, evening, midday, whenever, have a good rest of your night, and we will catch you the next one. Peace.